A lot of you probably don't know this about me, but I used to be a huge sneakerhead, and this is the only pair of Jordans I have now in 2024, which is crazy to think because back in the day, I had quite the collection. Very valuable. I had all the rare Jordans you can imagine, and it was a great system, right? Because I was still in middle school and high school, so I would work on the farm, I would get paid, I would go buy shoes because I had no real expenses. So maybe parents shouldn't be paying their kids. I really don't know, but that was my pride and joy. I loved shoes. That was what I was known for. It was my identity. So then of course I got a little bit older. I sold off some of them, but what I did is I was like, you know what, these might be valuable someday. So when I was moving to Cincinnati, Ohio, I left my entire collection back at the farm in Springfield, Ohio. Problem with that is there was someone that knew I had this collection. He had robbed me before because we used to be very close. Obviously that ruined that relationship, but this individual knew about this collection. So I come home one day, the entire house got ransacked and the entire collection was gone, and I was heartbroken. I mean, I'd collected for years and years and years, and all of that was gone. Not to mention all the money as well as the potential of what that could have been worth. If you are into collecting shoes, you know, usually they will be worth more than what you buy them for if you know how to buy them right. So there for a few days, I was really, really down, of course. But it was actually, I think, one of the best things that ever happened to me because it taught me that there is no material item that can actually define you, and it also taught me how worthless these material items truly are, as cliche as that might sound. Now at this point in my life, I had never really accomplished anything, so I thought these material items were a status symbol. I really thought they were the definition of success, so I valued them a lot. And I didn't have social media back then. Of course, we know nowadays that is the pinnacle of success, right? The nice clothes, the designer shoes, the G-Wagon, and I can promise you, if you go to someone's profile and they have a picture with a Range Rover or a G-Wagon or whatever, right, it's because they're empty inside. And I'm qualified to speak on this because I've experienced it both ways. So the two main lessons I've learned through this, one is that if you have something valuable or something that a lot of people desire, don't tell anybody. Nothing good can come of it. Thankfully, at this point in my life, I've got nothing. You try to rob me, you get nothing. You get a desk, maybe a fan, a computer, that's about it. So I've got nothing of value for anybody. But more importantly, it's that these material items, they come and go, whether it's robbery, whether it's change of financial situation, natural disaster, you know, whatever it might be. And you can buy all of these things to try to fill the gaps within you, and it's never gonna work. And that's why I get really sad when I get on social media. It's because I see these seemingly good people and they're trying to buy the newest gadget and buy this and buy that to fill a void, and it's never gonna work. Now that I have a family, you know, I look at my son and I'm like, dude, nothing else matters, right? It doesn't matter if I go out and buy a new G-Wagon, it's not gonna make me feel any better. When I see him laugh, that's like the greatest accomplishment of all time. So I hope that, again, I get it, everyone spends all of their time on social media and this is what we see, and people will try to convince you that they're successful through these things, but I hope as time goes along, more and more of us can just start to see right through that. All right, let me know in the comments down below if you guys think I'm gonna mess these steaks up on the grill. I'm getting a lot better. Still no chef just yet. How is it?
That's good.
10 out of 10? She's lying. We've been sitting here for about an hour, so the food's really cold because Griffin had a rough time going to bed, but you know what? That's parenthood. Says that. I mean, not terrible. Well, kind of charred the outside, but that's pretty good. And by the way, I'm not saying that a shoe collection or a fancy car or anything like that is bad. I mean, I like nice things, don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is if you think any of those things actually matter, or if you think they're gonna bring you fulfillment, or they are a symbol of success, let me just save you some time. You couldn't be any more wrong. Regardless of what people try to portray on social media, you have to remember that social media is a job. So the marketing tactic is using the shiny thing to convince you to buy their thing so they can buy the shiny thing. You know. guys like to make pancakes for the family on the weekends? For me, you know it's gonna be protein pancakes, and this is the best protein pancake mix on the market. This P Science pancake and waffle mix, so good. You can use code Travis to save 10%. I look forward to it every single weekend. So I have this pre-workout along with my Cometeer coffee. It doesn't get any better. Not many things I enjoy more than coming out here for some morning therapy, and I think one of the reasons I'm so passionate about this subject is because rather than trying to buy things to impress other people, you could buy things that provide you with a real utility that can make a real improvement in your life.
Lived a whole 8-year span in 5 seconds. I have a friend of mine on a podcast.
Hey, buddy. I missed you. Hey, Griffin. How was your nap, buddy? Hey, can Daddy get a hug? Come here. Come here. So we just got back from the park, which is always a great time. Griffin loves to just run around, get on the slide, swing, you know, all the normal things, and it's just beyond peaceful to watch him in that element. But hopefully he's down for his second nap a little bit better than his nap yesterday. We will see, so TBD on that one. And usually on Sunday during a second nap, I will log into the computer, start getting some things done for work, just try to get ahead of the week a little bit. Gonna be a busy week, and actually on Friday, I am going somewhere. You have not seen me in over 5 years. So let me know if you have any guesses down below, but that should be awesome. Definitely a little different content than you have seen lately. And of course, like, my content has shifted having a child now, and that's kind of what consumes most of my weekend. But I will make a video on my thoughts of including your kid on social media, probably a whole video at some point. This is gonna be a little controversial. I don't love when influencers make that like the main character or the thing. I'll have to elaborate someday. Typical Sunday, pizza and wings from Aldi, nice little free meal, but most importantly, every Sunday, little Alfie gets something that he loves, a Frosty Paw, and it is the highlight of my week. I love you. Griffin, you started in your high chair. I don't know how you ended up here, but I don't mind it. All right, real quick before my mic dies, I'm gonna end the night just like every other night with my magnesium. This is of course P Science's brand that you can use my code to save 10%, but regardless of what you do in terms of brand, highly encourage every single person to supplement with magnesium. We are almost all deficient, and you can see on the screen a lot of advantages to taking magnesium. So if you made it to this point in the video, like the video and tell me your favorite part of the video with your Instagram handle, and I'll choose one person to send magnesium to for free from P Science. I think you guys will love it just as much as I do. My mic is officially dying. I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time.